Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight I have just a basic look. I'm actually wanting to play with this LA Girl gel liner. I don't work with gel liner very often, so I'm really excited to kind of play with it. I used it one time and I'm very beginner, so we're gonna give that a little bit of a practice. Hopefully that will encourage you guys to practice some things that you're not very good at, so we can all learn together. So, I got all cozy. I'm in my nice little comfortable hoodie. I love this hoodie. I love the message. It's just warm, and I love getting all cozy and doing makeup or curling on the couch or whatever, So, anyways, I'm ready to do my makeup, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. If that is something you're interested in watching, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let's get on into it. Alright guys, so we're just going to start just bare face. I haven't done nothing at all. So what we're going to do is, first things first, we're going to do our brows as always. And I'm still using that Real Her brow pencil. It's like a really defined brow pencil, and I really like it. It's got dual ended. It's got your product on one end and beautiful spoolie on the other end. Nice and small. I love that. Love that. So we're just going to do our brows real quick. Just love the way this performs. Just really gets in there, you know what I mean? Really gets the job done. I'm like living for this brow pencil. It's like my all-time favorite. Hopefully it's not too loud outside. Somebody's mowing, probably my neighbor. He literally, God love his heart, he mows like 3 days a week. Not even playing. Both my neighbors do. My husband's always like, our yard looks so bad. I'm like, honey, they ain't got nothing else to do. They don't work, It's good for them. They're older, so I'm sure they've worked all their lives, but this is always my stubborn brow because my brow hairs are finally pretty much grown in. I mean, not all the way, obviously. It takes a super long time, but they are growing in really nicely. So we're going to go ahead and go in with a brow pencil or a brush to put our pomade on with. And I'm going to go in with this Detailed Liner 312 brush from Jessup. I know I use a lot of Jessup brushes, but guys, they're so good. And I'm going to go in with the LA Colors Brow Pomade, and I'm in the shade Deep Brown. Or, I'm sorry, Dark Brown, not deep. If you was wondering. I just kind of coat this through these bad boys. Making sure I really get my lines that I went over with my brow pencil in. Then I'll take that same spoolie and just go through my hairs, because this will dry down before I put my this will dry down before I put my brow gel in, so I really want to make sure it looks nice. Use whatever product I have left. This stuff is so rich and creamy that it doesn't take much. So, and I keep a nice little towel in my lap, but it's all the way over there because I try and keep my brushes cleaned out, especially these, because that pomade gets so stiff that I'll have to spray and re-clean, and it's just not worth it. So we're gonna go with that same spoolie and just kind of make sure that I don't have any clumps of product or anything. And it will get a few loose brow hairs. So don't be alarmed. I feel like this brow isn't as thick. I always have one brow that just wants to, although it does look really good. I like that. I think it's better to have a slightly thinner brow than it is to have a really thick brow, in my humble opinion. So we're going to set that off to the side because we're done with that. So now we're going to go ahead with our facial products before we clean up our brows. So first things first, I'm still using that QMS tinted day cream. I really like it. I almost said moisturizer because that's exactly what it feels like. I use 2 pumps just to kind of prep my skin. It really evens my skin tone out, makes me look just kind of airbrushed really, and I love that. I mean, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't love a good airbrush look? I mean, it's like what we want to achieve, right? It's a flawless look, and I feel like this really helps. I feel like I rub so hard on my face. Anybody else do that? Like, my face is so red after I wash, after I moisturize. Okay, so next thing that I'm going to use is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I love this stuff. As you guys know, I raved about it in my last video. If you guys watched it, I appreciate. But it's just so velvety, it's so smooth. It really kind of blurs things out for me. It's cheap. Very budget friendly, which I think we all could get on that bandwagon. Can you tell my son's playing video games in the background? Video games all the time in my household. So now that is on there, it's looking good. We're gonna let that kind of set in, like I said before, and we're gonna go ahead and go and clean up our brows. I'm still using that e.l.f. e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'm in the shade Light Peach. And what I like to do is I like to just place it on the back of my hand, just like that, just so I have something to dip off of. But I'm trying to kind of use less because I always waste a good amount, and I don't like that. So I'm just going to go with one of these flat brushes. And excuse me, I do need to clean my brushes. Don't judge. So we're just going to align right underneath our brow, right where we want it to be. So if you kind of overdrew or some of the pomade bled out a little bit, you'll just kind of erase that a little bit with this. You're really going to want a full coverage concealer for this, because it'll even bleed down a little bit into your eyelid, which is good. I'm constantly making sure you guys can see. I've, done videos and looked, rewatched them, because I always rewatch before I film or before I post, and sometimes I'm like, Ash, you got to look up, I just get so into the videos still into the look, so that I just kind of space out. Let this gets it focused. I'm just gonna we're just blending out the concealer. I've been trying to blend out before I go to the next brow, just so it don't dry down. Not that this does, because it don't, but it's a good habit to get into just in case you gotta try a new concealer. And just like that. That looks really good. Still wasted a little bit, but not a whole bunch. So I'm happy with that. And we're just blending. I got just a little fluffy brush. This brush kit comes from Shein. They sell all kinds of stuff, guys. They sell scrunchies, which I'm dying to get me some. They have like the cutest tie-dye scrunchies. Like they're to die for. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta have them. I told my husband, I said, boo, you got to get me these. He's always wondering, you know, he's always lost. As women are so hard to shop for. I'm like, nah, not really if you listen, you know. Men. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that and just just to make sure that, because sometimes a concealer can get in them extra hairs. Really kind of mess the whole scene up for you, you know. So we're gonna set that back off to the side. We're done with this brush for now. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and do my eye look. Not really gonna go in with any primers today or anything, just because when I get done with this video, to be honest, I'll hang out for a little bit, then I'll take it off. Because I do have to work and stuff tomorrow, so I can't stay up super late. So for my eye look, actually, I'm gonna backtrack. We're gonna go in with our eye tapes first. Excuse the noise, I got so much crap in this drawer. This is where I find all my, you know, makeup items that I haven't used in forever. I like to cut these in half just to get a better use out of them. And I'd like to give credit where credit is due. Got that trick from Juicy Jazz. Thank you so much. It's really come in handy. I'll tell you a funny story. I was on Instagram, and you know, I post my looks on Instagram, you know, trying to get a little bit of advertisement for my channel a little bit. And so she posted this video, or this picture of her look, and I had just got done watching it. It was like an all Latina owned brand or whatever. Really good video. I really enjoyed it. And that's just what I put on there. You know, I commented and said, oh, you know, I love the video. And she tagged me in it and commented back, and I about passed out. I was like freaking out. I woke my husband up out of a dead sleep, like, oh my god. And he probably about had a heart attack. It was really funny. But, you know, one of them things. I'll get there one of these days. But anyways, so we got our e.l.f. eye tapes down. And like I said, I really want to mess with this gel liner from LA Girl. But first, I want to put something in my crease. And since I have this nice little pinky sweater on, I'm going to jump into the SheGlam Blossom palette. I really like their palettes. These are obviously on Shein's website. It's their own brand, and they're beautiful. I use one of their palettes in one of my tutorials, so feel free to check that out. But we're going to go ahead with this youth color, which is like a beautiful dusty rose that I think is going to just complement our liner, because I want the liner to be the main focus of the look. So that's what we're going to do today. So first I'm going to go in with the JH30, which you guys know is my favorite all over the lid brush. Now, it does have a lot of kick up, really a lot, as you can tell. But it is pigmented. And I mean, like, look at that. It's just 2 taps. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I probably used a little more than I should have. But that's a lot. But that's okay. We'll drag it out, blend it out. I mean, it is a really pretty color. And all the eyeliner is going to do is going to cover it for the most part. And I want to smoke it out and stuff and really kind of play with it a little bit. Very gently. But I love this brush. It's perfect for all over the lid. And that color adds such a beautiful wash. I think the faces I make when I do my makeup has not changed since I was 15 years old and I did my mascara. Not even playing. Oh, not my brow. Anybody else get carried away? Your hand has a mind of its own. But yeah, the thing that's gorgeous. It's a beautiful wash of color. So we're going to kind of put this down for now. Because like I said, I really only wanted that for that purpose. I'm really kind of dying just to dig into this gel liner. And we're going to go in with that same detailed liner brush. I'm going to clean it because it does have a little bit of brow product on it. And I don't want to cross-contaminate. And for any kind of brushes that are dirty and I need on the go, I love to use Sephora's Dry Clean Spray. Oh, it's so good. Like, you spray a brush, I don't care if it's got black, dark blue, purple, pink, whatever. You spray it on there, and I spray a good amount. Don't drown it or nothing, but I spray a good amount. And then you just wipe. And it instantly, after, about 15-20 seconds, you have a ready-to-use clean dry brush. And it's awesome. So let's dig into this. This is another one of them products that was really thick and it was hard to use. So I tried to add that rose oil to it, like I did in my last video, but with that primer, and it didn't work out very well. It kept transferring. So lesson learned: you can't do that with eyeliner because it'll transfer on you. So first things first is we're gonna start with just a small wing. I'm gonna go all over my lash line, and it's okay if you're a little messy, I think, because I want to smudge this out a little, but I don't want it too thick because black can get away from you fast. So just like this, a nice little line. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab us a black eyeshadow. Alright, now that we have our black eyeshadow, I'm gonna dip into the Black Widow palette from Ulta Beauty. And then they have a beautiful, like, deep, dark black shade. And it's called Undercover. Perfect. And I'm going to use this to smoke out my liner a little bit. I'm going to go back with a dry clean spray. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to show you guys how it works. I need this Jessup Detailed Shader Brush. As you can tell, it's got some dark blue on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it. Like I said, generously, but not drowning it. And then I'm going to take a towel. And I'm just going to back and forth. And I'm going to twist the brush just to make sure I get all the sides. Because last thing you want is to do a light look and then have a big old pop of blue, or you know what I mean. So, there's all the blue off your brush. And there is a clean brush. And it's dry, completely dry. I love it. So we're going to lightly dab into that. And we're just going to kind of just ever so slightly. And with that eyeshadow, it really just smooths that eyeliner out. Because I feel like the eyeliner on its own was a little bit crumbly. Not bad. I won't say it was bad because it wasn't. It was definitely, you know, you could definitely work with it. But I'm telling you, once you add some black eyeshadow to it, just to kind of smoke things out a little bit, it really, really gives you this. I'm just okay, guys, just like that, like such a smoky, sultry look. I'm gonna ever so slightly drag this into the crease, just touch. Although I think I'm gonna need a fluffy brush for that. Because you really can't do any sort of dragging action with a brush like that. So we're going to go in with Jessup's Luxie pencil brush. I'm just going to kind of drag it. It's giving me like a defined line, which is nice. I'm gonna go back in with that big JH30 brush and just kind of smooth everything out. Because, you know, I was working with a lot of black and I really want this to be super smoky. So, just kind of buffing everything together. Really just kind of making this extra smoky. And now you have like a gradient from that black all the way to that rose gold, which I like. I do like that a lot. I do feel like it needs a little, just a little, not much, a little bit more of that liner just to kind of deepen everything. So I'm just going to kind of take that brush and just dab it right on the lower lash, right on that, right by the lashes. And then we'll go back in with that big fluffy brush. Just to kind of darken the hair. And see, you got dark, light, and then real light. And I think that's beautiful. Then we're gonna take our, actually I'm gonna start from the bottom. Boom. Look at that line and that gradient. Oh, I love these tapes. They're my favorite. So we're gonna do that exact same thing on the other side. Okay guys, we got that done. We're gonna remove the tape. I just think it's so satisfying to remove that tape and see what you created. Oh, perfect. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to work with this more because I really, really like it. Like, you know, for just regular looks, I'm curious to see how it's gonna stick with the lashes because I put my glue right on top of my liner. So I'm a little nervous about that, to be totally honest with you, but gotta keep pressing on. So we're gonna tight line. I'm just using that CoverGirl and Katy Perry Katy Cat Eye. It's been my favorite liner as of late, the tight line, because it's so black. I really, really like it. Especially for a sultry look like this. Then we're going to dig into my drawer and kind of clean up what has fallen on my face here. Of course, you're always going to get fallout with the eyeshadow, especially black. And I feel like there's no bypassing that. So, might as well get on the bandwagon. But yeah, so much better. I just love that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to apply lashes. I'm using Ardell Wispies 113. I'm going to go ahead and do these on camera for you today. I usually do them off camera, but I feel a little confident today. So just apply a line of glue just like that. Then I'm going to go in and I always have a trick because I always, I'm always confused on which lash goes where, because if you notice, there's, on certain lashes, there's ends that'll go shorter to the corner of your eye on purpose because that's where that one goes and that one goes. So I like to put it like this one will go here and that I'll match into my eyes, if that makes any sense. So that I don't get confused and I'm not, like having to try them on and switching back and forth and do that whole thing. Now I usually curl these, but I just curled them yesterday because I wore these yesterday and I didn't wear them very long either. I like to start at the end because I like towards the corner of my eye over here not to be real close because otherwise it pokes you and it's really a pain. Now if you have long nails, it really helps. I won't lie, I love having those for that reason. But I mean, if you don't have them, just make do. Use a pair of tweezers, And it looks like it's kind of wanting to come up, but it looks like it's staying for the most part. We're going to let that glue set. Let's go ahead and apply our other set. Okay, now our lashes are in. We're going to give them some time to dry because they look a little loose. But we're going to give them a minute because that glue is still pretty fresh and you want to give it time to really get tacky and adhere to the lash and my eyelid itself. So now that we've got that done, I'm loving everything that is going on here. Like, love it, love it. While I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone. Because sometimes I'll forget. Like, I can't tell you the times I've went somewhere and been like, oh my god, I forgot it. I forgot my brow bone. Forgot my brow bone. Trying to find a good brush. You ever feel like you have too many brushes, but not the right brushes? You know what I mean? Like, almost like I have too many of the same brush, possibly. Okay, let's go in with this bad boy. Just a flat brush. And I'm going to dip in. I'm going to dip into that Marvel Black Widow palette. And I'm going to go in with Safe House, which is this beautiful cream color. Because I really enjoy a nice bright brow bone. Because, I mean, you work so hard on your brows. So a nice little accent, I think, is everything. And it just adds just the slightest little bit. Just enough to be like, yep, she does her brows and she does them well. So yes, we got that. So we're done with this for now. Probably gonna dip back into it for the lower lash line, I'm sure. Really great palette, by the way, and pretty affordable. I really like ColourPop shadows. They're super nice. Okay, so we're gonna go with skin, and guys, I feel like this lash is like barely hanging on. Thank God I'm not gonna be wearing them for long, huh? Usually they don't do that though. Usually my lashes are on there. And this one might be, I think it's just adhering to the glue. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. So let's move our products back here. We're gonna go ahead and we are going to grab our foundation and apply that first. Sorry about that. I didn't really want to use the same foundation I used yesterday because I'm filming so close together. I mean, it's literally like 2 days in between, I do believe. So, you know. Today we're going to go in with Believe Beauty's foundation, and this is in the shade Warm Vanilla. And I use about 2 pumps. We'll kind of try this on first. I've been doing more here lately. So if that's not enough, we can always go in and add more. And as always, guys, I'm using my Total Face sponge from e.l.f. I've tried other sponges, they're okay. I've tried a brush, not okay. I am definitely a sponge gal, even for my powders and everything. Like just that sponge. Let me know what you guys use. Are you guys brush? Are you sponge? Are you both? Do you use like those bendy folds? I see, or blender folds, I think is what they're called. A lot of people's been using those, I've noticed, like the Tati blender folds. They seem to be pretty popular, which I've never tried them myself, but a lot of people really seem to like them, especially for blending out their concealer and such. Blend this out. I feel like it's so weird when my house is so quiet. When you have kids, your house is not supposed to be quiet. Did something different with my hair today. I have so many flyaways, but not long enough to, you know, curl like everybody's doing on the side of their face, which I think is adorable, but I'm not there, you know. So I took some Bedhead Freeze hairspray, which I love that stuff, and I just smoothed it into my hair. It's so nice. I'm really thinking about doing a video for you guys on, my certain hairstyles that have been my favorite, my go-to hairstyles. I have like so many ideas for you guys, like seriously. Too many ideas, not enough time. I really need to start writing them down. I've written down a few. That way I don't forget. And there's so many people coming out with different videos, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to do that, and I want to do that, and I want to do that. And you see other people's inspiration on different videos, and it's just so cool. So I think we're going to stop there because I have the pressed powder that I'm going to use is going to add more coverage, plus my concealer is full coverage, so we're going to be good. So speaking of concealer, I'm going in with e.l.f. Hydrating Camo, as you already know. I'm not going to cream contour today, guys, because if you watched my video Tuesday, I broke it. Thank God there wasn't a whole lot left. Yeah. So now, I'm going to blend this out. Hard to believe it's almost freaking September, right? But I'm so ready for fall, like so ready. Sweaters, campfires, apple cider. Oh, who loves a good apple cider? Besides myself. I remember me and Kyle got together in October. So I think that's just why it's one of my favorites. I mean, of course, winter's always been my favorite season because of Christmas and Christ and all that. But I just love fall time. It reminds me of, our first beginning, our first Halloween together, how we used to take strolls in the park, or around town. It's just so beautiful. I love it. So we're just blending this out. I really like these chatty get ready with me guys. I mean, no wonder why everybody does them. They're so much fun. So we have that, and we're going to set. And since it's right here, I'm going to go ahead with the Becca Hydro Mist Set and Refresh Powder. It isn't my go-to. I like to use it for if it's going to be hot or things like that. But my go-to here lately is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Powder. I love that stuff. But this will do. Because like I said, it was right there. I think the coolest thing about this is it feels wet and then it dries. But it doesn't feel real drying. I mean, it has a lot of kick up, but that's not a huge deal. And it doesn't have a white cast either, which is a plus. So I do like that. And this is a very bougie powder. I think it retailed for like $60 or something when I first got it. Sorry, I messed with my lashes. Anybody else do that? As soon as you do them, you're like just messing away. Anywho, so for blush and bronzer, I'm going to go in with the same palette. We are going to use the Trip for Two Blush and Bronzer Duo from Wonder Beauty. I really like this. One, packaging is on point. The fact that you can flip it backwards and kind of be mobile with it is awesome. It's such a good plus. I really like this bronzer. It's super nice. Gives you that toasted cinnamon-y, just sun-kissed look, and I love that. And then this blush is perfect. This gives you that perfect peachy vibe that I am obsessed with. But before I do that, I totally almost skipped a step. We have got to set the rest of our face. I'm going in with Maybelline New York's Fit Me 220 Natural Base Pressed Powder. That was my shade, by the way. So, if I can break into this thing. There we go. And I like this because you got your product here, and then underneath you got a nice little mirror. Good for traveling and whatnot. So, don't mind me, guys. I'm trying to make sure I'm recording because I cannot tell you how upset I get when I'm filming. I'm getting carried away. I'm talking. I'm chit-chatting. I'm doing my makeup. And then I'm not even recording. Ugh, burns me up every time. We're just going to brush this all over the face. I love this stuff, guys. It smooths everything out. Gives you, once again, that porcelain-like quality that I'm obsessed with, that everybody wants, for a cheap price. What more could a gal need? So, now, like I was saying, we're going to go in with this. And before we go all crazy with this, I'm going to take a smaller brush, which is by Morphe. I got it at BoxyCharm box this week, or last week. I'm going to kind of snatch my nose. Just a little bit. I've been doing this here recently, and I never used to. It really just gives you that chiseled look. You know what I mean? Just enough. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to go crazy with the contour or anything today. But I'm actually not even going to contour at all. I'm just going to bronze up my face really nicely. But I really could. Alright, couldn't find my brush. I'm going to use the Moda All Over the Face brush, and this shade is called Costa Ray, Costa Rel, Costa something. We're going to apply this. And I do it in like a 3 motion, where temples, cheekbones, chin. And then of course I get my neck, because you gotta bronze your neck. Gotta add color after all these powders and all this brightening action. You gotta make sure you add some color so you don't look like a vampire. We're just blending. Not a whole lot of product, because this is a really good product, so you know you got that pigment. But I'm just blending. And make sure you're fully blended out to really achieve that airbrushed look. Can't just lay a bunch of product on there real heavy and then not blend it out, because that'll be looking awful. I didn't have to go to practice tonight, guys. My son told me, he said, "Mom, I don't want you to be upset, and I don't want to hurt your feelings." He said, "But can you stay home so I can spend time with Dad?" I thought it was so cute, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, because I want to film. Adorable. Now that we are all, and I just kind of do that, which usually I don't do that. I was thinking I cream contoured. So, anyways, we're going to get our neck, blending everything out just to make sure we're all nice and toasted up. So now that we have that going for us and looking amazing as usual, I'm going to go in with Alamar Cosmetics, what they like to call a bronzer brush. I would not use this as a bronzer brush at all. It's more of like a little stippling brush, which I think is perfect for blush. So I'm going to tap into this Bellini shade. And I go a little bit on the heavy side. Tap off the excess. And I get the apples, and then I extend out. And see how it gives you like that perfect peachy color? I just love it for my blush. Plus it goes with the eye look rather nicely with that mauve pink shade in the crease. Just loving it, living for it. It's perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with highlighter. I'm gonna go with something a little different today. I'm gonna use KK Beauty's highlighter stick. And I'm gonna do medium 2. And I can do some swatches for you. This is medium 1, which looks like a concealer to me. So, I mean, I actually never used it before, to be totally honest with you. But that is 2, and it's just, oh, it's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this in the inner corners. Really kind of give you that nice pop. It's nice to have this so accessible, you know? Right. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to put some product on the back of my hand. And then we're going to dip in with our finger and just tap a little bit in. Because I'm a little nervous about just drawing a streak on my face. You know what I mean? Very light. Very subtle. Very beautiful. I can definitely use this more for like down the nose. Right, so we have that and we're gonna blend it in. Perfect for a nose contour, really, or nose highlight. And that is perfect for your Cupid's bow, like, hello. Hello. Didn't mean to slam that. Sorry, excuse. Right? Yeah. I'm trying to think of what hand to use. I was a little lost. And it just gives you just a nice subtle shine. Very natural, and I like that a lot. Don't use it as often as I should, though, I will admit. So we're going to set our face, and I am still using Project M Beauty's Power Up Spray. You can use this for so many things. You can use this before your makeup to kind of prep it and get it ready. You can use this in between if you're getting, you know, kind of dry and you really need a refresher. You can use this once again to set your makeup. You can use it again. And it's great for glow, for hydration, for energy. And it smells like aloe. It's real gentle. The sprayer is phenomenal. I wish every freaking sprayer had this mist on it. It's awesome. And I'm pretty generous with this just because it is so light. It ain't like you're glowing from outer space or nothing. As you know, hit the floor per the usual. So now that we have that all going, we're gonna go ahead and set our brows. I'm still using the brow bar. Their brow gel. Towards the end, I just kind of tap it because the wand is a little bigger, but I like bigger wands because I have a fuller brow, you know. Perfect. Just freaking loving it. Freaking loving it. So now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do the lips. I know I normally don't do this, but my lips are getting kind of dry. I haven't even put chapstick on the entire time we've been filming. And I really need something. So I might as well go in with our lip color. So let's get started with that. Alright guys, so for the lips, since we have this dark, sultry kind of smoked out look. I really want to kind of continue that. So I'm going to go for like a black cherry kind of lip. So first I'm going in with Milani's Color Statement Lip Liners in the shade 12 Bordeaux. We're just going to line. Just like that. I overlined just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I feel like it looks bad after so long. And then for lipstick, sorry about that. I'm going in with Oriza Beauty, I do believe that's called. And this is in the shade Opus. Yeah. I really like this. It's very buttery, very creamy. And it matches that like perfectly. Oh. Alright guys, like how good does that look? And I didn't even get nothing on my teeth. Perfect. Always remember to roll them all the way down because I'm bad about that. Just a little friendly tip. Now that we have our lip color on, I feel so much better. Oh, okay, so now we're going to finish up our lower lash line and wrap this video up. Thank you so much to those that are still with me because I know it's hard to watch a long video. So what we're going to do... what we're going to do is first, I'm going to just stamp this black color, which we're calling that undercover these days. I'm going to stamp that with a definer brush. Our lower lash line. Just to kind of extend it a touch. Just to extend that smokiness that we have going on. So. Just like that. I know it looks a little thick, a little crazy right now, but we're about to fix it. Hold on, bear with me. So I'm going to go with a fluffy small brush from Morphe, and I'm going to dip in to the shade Power, which is really nice. It almost matches this sultry look. It goes with my lip. I don't think it's going to go great in this lower lash line. It's like a rustic brown. Like a brick red. It's just, I think I put it in my lower lash line last video, or the video before last. If you guys have been following, I greatly appreciate it. I'm just really smoking this out. Just kind of trying to blend that black and trying to give us some color. underneath of this lower lash line. Give you that gradient as well that we had up top. Just like that. Loving it. We have that looking sultry and delicious. We are done with eyeshadow. Now, for our lower lash line, or not our lower lash line, but in our waterline, trying to decide if I want to do black. I think so. Let's go ahead and back with that kitty cat eye, and let's do some black right in the waterline. See how dark that is? I just love it. So sultry. So how many times am I gonna say sultry in this video, right? My apologies. Last but certainly not least, we're gonna go in with a mascara, and I'm gonna go in with Lily Lashes Triple X mascara. I really, really love this stuff. Super dark, and it's very voluminous for natural lashes, which is nice. Helps us blend our falsies with our regulars. And I've been doing the trick with the setting powder. If you're curious on what that is, it is in my video from Tuesday. Feel free to check it out. But it pretty much keeps you from getting fallout from the mascara onto your lower lash line after you got your color down. And it works really well. But since I'm not going to be wearing this very long, I'm going to kind of skip that step today. Although if it was earlier or I was going anywhere, I would not have skipped it and I would have done it. But like I said, literally wearing it for an hour and taking it off. So I'm going to save my setting powder, because I am going to miss out and I'm due to try a new kind. Been thinking about trying the collab or the Hailey's Beauty. Been hearing really good things about that. So, we're going to try and give that a go. But guys, this is the finished product. I think it turned out super, super good. I mean, you can really tell just how smoked out that lower lash line is. I mean, I think it's amazing. Try not to shake you too much. Sorry. Alright, so guys, this is the completed product. I hope you liked the whole video. I hope you liked everything that I'm doing here. Lord knows I love it. Please subscribe if you are, like I said, if you're interested. If you have any video ideas, anything you want me to do for you, just let me know down in the comments and I'll be more than happy to do it. I've done it before. I'll be happy to do it again. Tomorrow's Friday, so you guys have a great weekend and we will see you later.